We spent 11 hours making the biggest base in GEF, and the best part is, this isn't even it. So what is it? Stick around and find out. After building the safest bases in GEF, I just knew I could do better. That night, I joined a server to practice, and that's when BlueDragon came. Soon I found a base and decided to help them before being pimped slapped into a seizure as Nicholas watched in horror. I started to practice building high. My plan was to create tall, supportive beams and connect them together to make a tower. But they didn't understand. Heads were coming, so I turned it into a hut. That didn't last long, so I decided to make something that they would understand, and that's a tunnel. Super Chad suggested trapping Big GEF, which ended up happening later. Chad joined me to look for supplies since the GEFs will get worse. Before the horde came, I built us a shed to shelter in. As we kept Smilers from getting in, their dad wanted revenge. He wanted Chad but couldn't get in. After Chad's death, he came back trying to riz me up.
Nice try, Pookie Bear.
Nicholas joined the search just for us to be ambushed out of nowhere. It was horrifying.
Why does this always happen to me?
Since everyone found us at Food's base, I tried robbing them, but Food pulled up and wasn't letting it slide. We had to kill GEFs, and I wondered why they didn't attack Food since they all look alike. It was finally time to build the walls. Raising up the planks was the hardest part of it since the boards are thin, taking us a whole day just to get one side finished. That night was a bloodbath and Smilers were getting worse. Since they got inside, I just knew we had to continue right away. Building the stairs, it was necessary to create a thick entrance. It was time to start the roof so the others can work on it while I continued the stairs. Night fell and Hay wanted to be our scout. He's going to be an important part of the project. After clearing the base, I showed Hay around. With little time left, I tried finishing the entrance, but Smilers surrounded us. Big GEF wanted entry, but he was too big. Hiroshima appeared and was part of the team. Both of them would help me whenever I needed them. For some reason, Billy just watched us that night, staring into my soul, just so he can find a way in our base. But little did he know that he fell into my trap. He was stuck, so he pulled out a Houdini. With the entrance now finished, we went inside to try straightening the floor. I needed a crowbar so I can clear the planks blocking the path, and Dragon dropped his for me. Now it was time to build an exit even when it was dark. Since Smilers kept getting in, I made the entrance smaller. Then I spent the night removing planks. We spent the next day building the tunnel. Hiroshima asked me what my favorite chocolate was. I don't know what's wrong with me, okay? The tunnel was finally finished. This is what it looks like. We did not intentionally make it look like an animal. Let me know in the comments what you think it looks like. Anyways, Hay and Hiroshima wanted to tell you guys something. Their words, not mine, okay? Subscribe now or I come to your house and hunt you down. I will clap death in the next 3 seconds if you don't sub. 3. Please subscribe so I don't get it. 2. Do it. Anyways, it was finally time to build the biggest base. Our plan was to make a tunnel system that connected to the buildings, granting us safe passage at night. Since the city was where supplies mainly spawn, it was our best bet of survival. Smilers tried stopping our plans, but they were no match for us. It was finally time to extend the tunnel. Luckily, Speed was in the server. He was the fastest builder on the team. Within a day, we made a lot of progress, spending the rest fortifying the roof. Since the entrance was big, a Smiler was able to get in and R-Kelly me. While repairing the damage, I was excited to see how far we can go, making sure there's an exit before expanding our base. With a layout built, heads made our progress slower than expected. I wanted to wrap around the block, so I started on the other side. With one wall done, I decided to make another exit. Here's what it looked like on the inside. Pretty cool, right? Well, this was just the beginning. As I made an entry to our supply room, PingKork tried to smell my hair. He then helped me make the supply room stronger and many other things. It was time to work on the roof and cover the big holes, which I failed to do and munchers ambushed me. Making the tunnel longer was the only way to keep them out. When I was done, I spent the night clearing the inside. Ping helped finish the supply room after. He was building something and he told me it was to help people find the base. Of course I believed him. Suddenly, Queso joined the server, but he was stuck. He saw what we did and wanted a piece of it, literally. I asked if the planet was a snack and he said I was banned. When night came, he was eaten by GEFs. They were going to be full for a whole year. As soon as the sun rose up, I started building a tunnel in the middle of the city. A player named Zach joined as a GEF and kept attacking me. To be honest, I was pretty mad. Supplies were starting to pile up, ensuring our survival. Gman from last server joined and helped us defend our goods. Day arrived and I used it to cover the gaps. I told Gman how long I've been recording so far and helped clear the base of monsters. With the other side completed, it was time to expand again. I was happy about how great it was going until someone let Dad GEF tear the building. After covering the hole, I finally started building the roof, going faster than I did before. After a couple of days, this side was finally done. For our final hoorah, I started to finish it as quickly as possible. Everyone was tired and so was I. It was over. The longest base was ours and we were happy. While looking at the base, I couldn't help but think of the good times we had. And even if this doesn't go viral, there wasn't a moment we didn't enjoy the time we spent forming bonds. If you want to see how this all started, check out my previous video on making bases to make the server safer for everyone. Or you can watch me trap 50 employees in 3008. Either way, I hope you have a great life and remember, never stop believing.